Hi guys, welcome back to HADAL TV. My name is Asad,
My name's Ahmed.
and Ahmed, you got a video for us to react to today.
You know what? I was scrolling through YouTube, and then I saw this stuff about the pyramids, and I know you went to Egypt.
We've got a video dropping, and hopefully by tonight or tomorrow.
It's probably wait, what time is it? It's dropping in about 58 seconds. I've scheduled it for 9 p.m.
Nice, nice. So that's a vlog of me going to the pyramids and Egypt. So make sure you catch that. And obviously, we got another video to react to. Who's
So obviously everyone knows the Joe Rogan podcast and all that stuff. So I've just found a video on YouTube. I think it's about a week or two old, talking about discovering some stuff underneath the pyramids. Because when I was editing that video where you went to the pyramids,
Yeah.
there was some excavations that go down.
down? Yeah.
I don't know how far it went down because I just couldn't see any further, and some of them were actually blocked off.
Yeah, they put like some sort of covers on it on top.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Let me just.
So I did the research.
I didn't really dive into it. I thought, let's just find a video. Let me bring it to you today. Let's just watch it together, and we're just gonna react to it, see what's being said.
Let's go.
So this is the Joe Rogan. It's about a 4-minute video. We're gonna pause it in parts and stuff like that. So let's have a look.
Talking of pyramids, dude, this new pyramid shit that's just come out.
Oh, this is insane. Yeah, I was going to send this to you as well, Jamie. I'll send you one of the most comprehensive breakdowns of it on X because it's quite stunning. So apparently, through the use of LiDAR, they have discovered that there are enormous structures underneath the Great Pyramid that go kilometers deep into the earth with coils. So enormous
Kilometers. Sorry. Kilometers.
Yeah, bro, that place is it's like
Obviously, you've been there. I've seen the video. Like you standing is like next to one of the rocks,
yeah,
and it just looked,
bro.
It just looked mad huge.
Do you know what the thing is? Like, people who've been there will understand it, right?
Okay.
Like, there's so much talks about how this is possible. When you go there,
It makes sense because
bro, when you go there, it just the whole thing don't make no sense.
obviously you're just seeing what's on the surface.
Yeah, no, but as soon as you get there and you stand next to it, you're just thinking, how? Each rock is probably same height as me, and probably about 3 of us can stand next to it, each other.
So like the size of the sofa.
It's basically each is started sofa
Yeah.
and taller than me. That's each one. Bro, they're too big.
I've actually never been to Cairo, Egypt.
You know, like, and when you stand next to it, it looks like the at the point at the top of it is touching the sky. That's what it looks like from me. It's just too.
It's like when you're standing next to some of these towers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like just thinking this, bro. It looks crazy.
Just the fact that you said coils. Obviously, I know what LiDAR is. That thing that goes through and you get to see the
Yeah.
infrastrucmore or whatnot.
I've seen a little more information saying they found massive tunnels at the bottom, basically at the pyramids, the size of football fields, 2 football fields. And you're thinking, but you know what it is? Whatever is in there or whatever needs to be discovered, they don't want it to. They don't want people to find out. There's something there they don't want people to know. It has to be.
Yeah.
And obviously the Egyptians and the Egyptian government, everything that comes out or any rumors or anything like that, just rubbish it off.
Yeah, especially when you go there, they don't want you record. Because I remember you couldn't get good audio or
Yeah,
good
couldn't get mics in
visuals
there.
because they don't want you documenting
Why?
anything.
Why would they not allowing mics? I don't understand.
It's
That.
like when, and it's not like you're holding a like a
The
full on
camera
mic.
that I'm using has a mic,
Yeah,
so I can still record. Obviously, it's not going to give me a crisp
audio and stuff
audio,
like that.
but
Yeah.
it's still giving me an audio. It don't make no sense. They took the mics off me, the police. It was wild,
When you
bro.
told me that, I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Anyway, let's press play on this.
pillars, and then these coils. They don't understand what it is because they're just looking at LiDAR images. But whatever this is a uniform structure. There's several pillars, and all of this is like very, very, very weird.
Yeah, 600 meters descending down those cylinders, and then there's more stuff below it, and then
Yeah.
there's additional structures inside of it. Yeah, that was crazy.
It's really crazy. There's a guy, Jay Anderson, and he did a breakdown of it. Maybe this would be good. We could play this.
Well, he's reacting to somebody else. We're reacting to Joe, reacting to another person.
Inception.
How about that? We're going deep.
Hey,
We're going deep.
I didn't even know that.
That's what's happening.
That's what the video was gonna show.
But I get it. But
If-
obviously, like he's putting that up. Obviously, looking at somebody else. But one other thing that I was saying about this pyramids, like for so many years, people are trying to guess what it is, what it was used for. People
How
say,
it was built.
People say it's for light. A lot of people say like the Egyptians like built it with this and that, and all of it's nonsense. The Egyptians that live there now are not the Egyptians that lived there at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of Arabs migrated to North of Africa. The Arab Egyptians that live there now, they're not the
OGs.
the people that were living at that time. They were black Africans that were
Okay.
lived at that time.
Okay.
So there's a lot of history like hidden. Like people say, oh yeah, the Egyptians that live there now, they say they built there, it's their history, blah blah blah. Yeah, obviously, like like I'm sure they married into the culture and the people that lived there.
Yeah.
They mixed up quite a lot, but they're always trying to hide the people that actually the black Africans that will build the pyramids, which is a historical facts. Which is like no like two things about it. But you know, even the structures when the Europeans go there, they knock all the noses off, you know, of the statues. I was there, I was looking at it. Everything is intact apart from the nose. The nose gives that identification.
Oh yeah. I've seen those
Yeah, they knocked them
statues
all off.
before. Yeah.
So when you look at it, it's like they did it on purpose. Like they want like seeing African futures in those pyramids.
Yeah.
So they all knocked all that off. Anything that resembles African like looks or they took it off.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is there's so much knowledge involved, but people don't want to share it. They don't want anyone to know. There's more to it than what the public know. 100%.
Okay.
There's more hidden knowledge in that. There's a lot of hidden knowledge in this one anyway.
Yeah, of course.
But them premise of what they're there for, what's underneath it, I'm sure there's people who know it.
So let me see if he's actually gonna play this video.
Let's see what this guy
It makes
says.
a little more sense when someone's explaining it to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, we need somebody that's an expert here, not me and you.
Zawi Hawass, by the way, has said it's nonsense. So I don't know.
Already.
Zali Hawass is just the guy who's
According to
leading
Graham Hancock.
the
This is the
Egyptian.
wonderful thing about having Graham
I texted
Hancock.
Graham
Historical.
yesterday. I was like, yeah, what's going on with this?
Yeah, so click on that and go full screen, please.
How significant of a discovery this is.
Dun dun dun. I love the music. And geometry
building it
so
up
much,
like
though.
I'm going to
Yes.
appreciate the dramatic intro.
Project Unity.
What has just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza Plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible, so awe-inspiring and narrative shattering that I have been sitting here for the last hour trying to wrap my head around the implications of what we were just told. So this is pretty much breaking news because the new findings were announced on the 16th of March at a press conference held by the team who was studying the Great Pyramid of
It's not even
Giza
a month ago.
with a non-invasive technology that was
So they use technology.
Yeah, so let's have a look at what this is. Synthetic object radar. Okay.
So yeah, they use a radar technology.
Yeah.
To gather, because obviously the way they use radar is basically
So who's using this technology and why are they using it?
scientists. Some scientists use it, and obviously the Egyptians are not happy by it.
Yes.
Well, obviously, once you use like a radar system, obviously, like if there's any structures underneath the ground,
Yeah.
they can find it by sound. You know what I mean? Bouncing around, they can pinpoint, kind of try to get prints of what's underneath the.
But who were the, like, obviously you're saying scientists, but what was the objective? What was the goals?
They wanted to know what's underneath it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, because the people that was in charge of it, they're not forthcoming, are they?
Okay.
Like the guy said, the guy that he just named before,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the guy that was in charge of, historical of the pyramids and stuff like that. Every time someone theory comes out, you could rubbish it off. And every time they said, give us access to he always says no.
So these guys, did they get like permission or did they just turn up?
I don't know how they did it. So must have did it from another, they must have did it without permission. Because obviously they're not going to get permission.
Okay. I mean,
Whatever there is, they don't want people to know.
let us know. Let us know in the comments if you know a little bit more about this. But anyways, we're going to keep watching this.
developed by Filippo Bionde and Corrado Malanga called synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography.
Fuck, that's a
This
mouthful.
was used to explore the internal
Chiropractic
structure
talk.
of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And this method leverages the analysis of micro movements typically generated by background seismic activity to achieve a high resolution
Oh, shucks.
full 3D tomographic imagery from this pyramid deep into the bed.
I've just fully gone somewhere else. Give me a sec.
Why was that? What happened? We were there.
So I'm just trying to understand what this image is. Is there like stairs inside the pyramids?
Yeah, but that's already known.
Oh, so that's so.
Yeah, this is the new stuff. Everything that they're discovering right now is under the ground. So there's the pyramid, right?
okay.
Everything is underneath now. They found a whole new thing underneath it.
So basically, I'm gonna move my mouse.
yeah. So it's nothing to do with that area.
So this bit here is that the what's off the ground.
Right. So no. So the pyramid there.
So that's the actual pyramid.
That's what's on the surface right now.
Okay.
That obviously built.
So you can go inside of this bit.
Yeah, you can go
here.
under that. There's the stairs. There's chambers in there. Blah blah blah. All of that. That I've gone inside that.
Okay.
So
okay.
now we're not even talking about what's on the surface right now. There's a whole new structures underneath it where it's sitting on,
Okay.
where the whole thing's sitting on, and it goes down so much down.
Let's have a look. I was gonna say, did you go down? But obviously.
No, you can't go there because it's obviously they're just obviously discovering it right now.
Activity to achieve a high resolution full 3D tomographic imagery of the pyramid's interior and subsurface components. The recent findings from deploying this technology are nothing short of mind-blowing, because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures
I've seen this.
coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to.
So those little spiral parts, the coils, that's not stairs, is it?
No, we don't know what it is.
So is it like a mystery at the moment?
So at the moment they just use it like a radar system. So basically, it's just basically there's like a signal in it.
It's just giving
So
them like
it gives them what's down here. Like it's like some sort of
like shapes and
yeah,
stuff
shapes.
like
Like for example, I'm sure they could use that for like tunnels here. For
Yeah,
example, you can put that kind of radar out into the ground,
Yeah.
and obviously you can find out if there's tunnels and like you know what I mean underneath the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
So I'm sure that technology is being used. But when they're using there, this is what kind of prints that they got.
Okay.
So obviously nobody's seen them. This is the first time everyone talking about anything like this. So that's why everyone's saying it's mind blowing.
2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connect.
First he
Wow,
says
look at
600
that.
meters, and now we're saying 2 kilometers.
Yeah, it goes down to 2 kilometers.
So what's 600 meters then? Sorry,
Get your phone up,
let
bro.
me just no. I'm saying.
Bedrock.
So I'm guessing that is the service at the top.
100 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface.
Even
of the
further
ground.
down.
So first,
So that's 600 meters.
So the coils are 600 meters.
Yeah, and then it connects to another
Which goes down about.
another 200. What is it?
I'm just trying to think how.
Another 2 kilometers down. That's a lot, bro.
I run a 5K today. That's like a lap of Alex Park.
Oh, that's mental,
That's wild. That is. Yeah.
bro. What the hell is down there?
So let me see if this goes anywhere else.
2 kilometers. Massive
2
internal
kilometers.
structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep, deep down. This is what we know so far.
What does your friend think about it?
Which friend?
The one that you said it's bullshit.
So basically,
Wait.
that's all we know so far
And that's found by the radar.
from the technology and
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
also the Egyptians are basically trying to rubbish it off.
saying it's BS.
Yeah, they're trying to rub it off.
And-
But they do it all the time. They've done that before. They've done that before. Some scientists want access to it and they declined them. Bro,
What if someone's having like a one big prank, thinking, yo, let's just. Nowadays AI is crazy. Obviously these are like, I'm guessing, credible scientists because all the sources was there.
yeah, but obviously,
unis,
like if there was these guys that were a bit of a jokers
you would know, innit?
or pranksters, the whole world media wouldn't be talking about it. Bro, the BBC is covering it. Or like, I'm not saying the BBC's, but like when it comes to like science and art and stuff like that, they do the politics. I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other things, yeah, they do cover it properly.
Let's see what his friend has to say.
Oh, it's not my friend. That's Zawi Hawass.
Okay.
Oh, he said he's
Zawi
not my friend.
Hawass is the head of antiquities in Egypt. He's
That's the guy I was telling you.
the head guy that talks to the archaeologists and gives the official narrative. In the past, he's been extremely hostile to Graham Hancock, but Graham Hancock and him have now become friends.
Oh, yes. I
And
do
they're
know this guy.
Coordinating. Graham is a lovely guy. The people that like are enemies with him just need to get to know him and hang out with him. He's a genuine, real human being who's trying to find the truth.
It's wild, bro.
So that's kind of like the short version of, I'm guessing, what's out there in terms of information about this so far.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like people still trying to figure out how they build just the pyramids alone,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what's inside it. And there's more tunnels inside the pyramids. There's only some that they know about it. As a tourist, you can go inside. It's wild.
The pyramids or the tunnels?
The pyramids, the
Yeah.
tunnels, are all the tunnels at underneath the ground.
On the ground, yeah.
They just been discovered.
But obviously, from the vlog, I might even clip this part in as well. Those little
Going underneath the
heads,
ground.
you know, those parts around the
Yeah,
pyramid.
nobody
where-
went down on the side of it.
Yeah.
The ones I filmed.
Yeah.
Nah, nobody. They say it's for this or for that, but they don't. Some of them they don't know how deep they go. But obviously there is some of them were covered. With
I might go. I'm quite intrigued now.
Bro, but you know what the funny thing is? When I was there was no such thing as tunnels going down underneath the pyramids.
It was just go.
It was like going in the pyramids.
Yeah.
There's tunnels inside the pyramids.
Yeah.
Right. Some go up, go down. You go to chambers. There's like holes in there, everything in there. That was the discovery. Like they discovered, and then a lot of people debating that there was more places to go into, but people don't know how to enter or how to get in. So that was always the mystery. Bro, now they found a whole new city underneath the whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Who's gonna claim that land, bro?
Bro, why do I have a funny feeling, bro? They're hiding something in there.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a very like historical site and all that stuff, and also in history times. So there's a lot of stuff that might come out from this.
Yeah, and I think there's the thing is like when it comes to like certain knowledges and history and stuff like that, a lot of people safeguard that stuff. There's a lot of issues that we don't know about.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
not
like,
exactly
for example,
a historian, but yeah,
Like for example, like Sudan.
yeah,
There's lots of pyramids in Sudan.
lots of pyramids.
Yeah, in
yeah,
Sudan.
yeah.
And they're older than the Egyptian ones.
Okay, see, I didn't know that
Right.
second part.
So there you go. So nobody talks about them. It's like they don't exist.
So why is it the pyramids of Giza, the ones in Egypt, Cairo, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But why are they so like one of the wonders of the world, basically?
Well, because Egypt was one of those cities where whoever's ruling that or whoever the power at that time will control Egypt.
and it was
like
Cairo,
Cairo.
the connection,
Right.
Of different,
So yeah, so it was like the
hub.
pharaohs. The pharaohs were not like one person, or pharaohs was like a king kind of thing. So the Sudanese run Egypt for centuries.
Okay.
So it's like for example London, right? House of Parliament, London. Where the king lives and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So let's say someone from House of Chester or House of York
Okay.
wins the kingdom. He moved to London, right? And then he will sit in the crown over
Okay,
there.
okay.
That's what Egypt was. So all sorts of power used to take over, like in Egypt.
Hey.
Do you know what I'm saying? The Romans took over Egypt
Okay.
for a long while. The British Empire took over Egypt. So there's always been a handover. But before that, when the pyramids and all that were built, the people who lived at that time were like black Africans. I mean, you can't say they're not all related because you got loads of them in Sudan.
Okay.
You got a couple of pyramids in Sudan. Obviously, Sudan and Egypt are not that far away from each other.
No.
So all this kind of related, but they try to like detach all that history. 'Cause African history is one of the most hidden history there is. Because they try to make Africans like they don't know anything. There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
before
yeah.
slavery, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They were uncivilized people.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The people who came up with the library. Every religion known to man come from Africa. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
People, writing, libraries, medicine, coffee. The history of Africa is huge. But what do we know about history of African history? It's been destroyed.
I mean, we might have to do a whole different episode just on.
Yeah, countries like Sudan, bro. The history of Sudan, history of Ethiopia, history of Abyssinia. When you got the whole East African together, there was Mali, one of the richest man of lived on this earth till today.
Yes.
Was it Mosa?
I don't know the name, but I can
From-
I can
Mosa
already
Mensa or something like that, I think it's called.
I can see in my the back of my mind the picture that they used to draw of him.
Bro, there's
Yeah.
there's a structures in Nigeria, like I think, who are bigger than the wall of China, and just a wall. Yeah, bro.
That's
There's so
interesting.
much history in Africa, bro. When it comes to buildings, when it comes to castles, when it comes to, bro, all of that's been destroyed, and they're trying to delete any history in Africa, or whatever they can claim, they claim it. Like they say,
They'll
Egypt
take
was
it,
built
yeah.
by. That's why they knock all the noses off. They say it was built by Arabs, or it was built by the Greeks, or somebody else did it. No history for Africa, bro. Well, there's a lot of agenda.
I think we should get someone on the seat here.
Yeah, who
Can,
knows more about these kind of
yeah,
things?
'cause-
Listen, if you know more or if you've got any comments, just put it in the comments.
Let us know, man.
Yeah.
Let us know. Especially this specific topic about what's been found underneath the pyramids, more especially. But yeah, we're gonna end this one here. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and drop your comments below.